Trader Cobb Crypto Podcast. This is the Trader Cobb Crypto Podcast.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Trader Cobb Crypto Show. I'm glad to be back in my office, back in Edgecliff. I've got up this morning, started bright and early, and got up and did the coastal walk, and God, it was beautiful. Very smoky and hazy this morning, but I can't believe how warm it still is. I mean, in saying that, I've just come back from Christchurch area in the South Island of New Zealand. Mind you, it wasn't that cold down there. It's certainly quite muggy and whatnot here in Sydney. I'm very happy to be back in my office. I've got all my screens back and I'm ready to hit the markets once more. Never have I felt more excited to be back, back in Sydney. I absolutely love this country, and it's wonderful when you live in a place where when you come home from holiday, you actually feel like you're returning to somewhere where you want to be. It's a really, really good feeling, and I'm stoked to be back. So guys, as I look at the markets now, I mean, I told you I thought we'd see 10,000 by the end of the week. Geez, we got close. I still think we'll get there. What we've seen is a nice pullback, really. I mean, as I've been saying throughout the week, as I was suggesting we would push on to 10,000, we become further and further extended. We are getting more and more overextended from those moving averages. And we were due a pullback. I mean, it's that simple. Now, what we've seen is quite a quick pullback on that daily time frame back into that cradle zone. It has hit that 10-period moving average, and excuse me, I've managed to bring myself a cough back too. It's pulled back into that cradle zone area, and currently it's above 9,000. Now, 9,000 would be the most frequent or the most reasonable level, really, for price to retest. It's the round number. It was the minor resistance on the way up. It was where there was a consolidation, and also it's back in that cradle zone. Now, right now, I look at the charts on the 16-hour time frame. There is a bullish candle in that zone. The low of that pullback ended up being 8,600, and currently we're sitting at 9,081. So a couple of hundred bucks there. Actually, over $400 we've bounced back. So it's been quite a solid bounce back into play, which is really good. Now, will we see that continue to move to the upside, or will we see it move to the downside? One thing I can look at here when I do look at the charts and the sell-off here is what we did see was a pretty strong downtrend on the 15-minute time frame. Now, what that actually means is that we didn't just see a big flash crash, a massive amount of selling come in. We saw waves of selling. We saw it come from its highs of 97.63. Sell off in some decent chunks, a few $100, down to 91. So we saw about a $600-$700 move down to that first low. Then we pulled back up from 91.50 back up to 94.70. Again, a nice move of buying, waving, coming back in. Then we saw it dip back in. Then we saw it buy back up. Then we saw it move back down. Now, what's interesting about this is the way that the selling occurred. As I say, it didn't just fall straight through to the ground. It didn't just see a huge wave of massive selling in one giant big candle on a 15-minute chart, like we have seen many times in the past. I mean, think of some of those buys that have come in. I mean, they've just been astronomical 1-hour candles or whatnot. This is a much more considered selling. And that doesn't, it doesn't concern me as much as just one massive candle where it's like, well, okay, something's happened there. This is just a natural progression of markets. We are pulling back, and this is what we do require. It would have been nice to see us get up to 10,000, pull back to 10,000, but that's okay. We've pulled back to 9,000. We are above 9,000. And what it actually does for me, it actually fills me with joy. How on earth, why would the market pulling back fill me with joy? The reason it fills me with joy is because your money's not made when the market's running away. No. Your money's made when the market pulls back, because when it pulls back, you get opportunities to trade. Now, all of those that are listening to this show right now that have got access to the Fibonacci booster strategy, and especially the crypto cradle. I mean, this is cradle zone 101. The booster is on the pullback, so it pulls back and bounces, which we've just seen. Okay, so there might have been some fantastic booster entries over the last few hours that have probably triggered, but it's really right now that the cradle trade comes into its own, because we're looking for those small little bullish candles in that cradle zone, and we have had a decent pullback. So it's funny with trading. Everyone's happy when the market's going in the direction of their trade. It doesn't have to go up. Remember, we can make money as the market goes down. Let's not forget that. When the market moves in the direction that you've decided to go with, you're good. You're making money. So of course, naturally, you feel good about that. But that's the market's doing. It's not your doing. Your doing is to find the opportunities, to find the trades that are going to fit the rules to get your entry. I see people all the time across, socials, across Slack, across all sorts of different areas. They're talking about, I don't know where to enter. I don't know how to enter. Bitcoin Cash is the prime example. I mean, that just rocketed. I mean, down at its lows, we're $600. At its highs the other day, nearly $1,600. A huge multiple in just a couple of weeks. Now, last week and the week before, we saw it just soaring. And I heard a lot of people in my Slack and across other groups and Facebook groups and private communities with people that do trade and do live within the crypto sphere, within this crypto assets world that have been around for a while, saying, really, they were getting FOMO, but they weren't acting on it, which was really impressive to see. Okay, people were like, look, they recognized it was FOMO. They recognized that it wasn't the right time to be buying, but they didn't know a lot of them where their entries were. Now, the people that were in my Slack, they were just saying, well, we're just waiting for a pullback. Now, we actually have a pullback now, and it's actually right now sitting on 1313, which is an old level of support and resistance. Now, is there going to be a trading opportunity? Well, time will tell. But the point I'm trying to make here, guys, is when markets pull back, this is when people like me and my clients, the guys and girls that are working with me with the strategies that I'm trading with, this is where we get excited. This is where we start to look for opportunities and we start to go, all right, now is a time to make our move, because it's when markets pull back that we get our little cradle candles. I mean, look, Ethereum's back in that cradle zone. Bitcoin's back in that cradle zone. So's Bitcoin Cash. So's Dash. So's, what do we got here? Zcash. I mean, I'm just going through my list just quickly and nearly everything's pulled back. So I know today that I'm going to have a busy day of scanning the markets. I've got my live trading floor and VIP scan in approximately 12 minutes from now, and I can't wait because I've been doing my scans each day whilst I've been on holiday in New Zealand. But to be honest with you, I've been really enjoying getting out there in the mountains and hiking around and fishing and spending time with my family. No, not a great deal of trading was done whilst I was in New Zealand. Still, there was definitely some very good moves that had taken place. This is the pullback I've been waiting for, and it's almost like the markets have welcomed me back because it's pulled back just at the right time. I'm very, very happy with this, that's for sure, guys. So if you have not got an idea what I'm talking about, if you don't know how to trade, if you're a buy and hold, that's fine. Hey, good luck to you. Do your research, do your fundamentals, and get in there. If you're someone who's looking to have the full package, i.e. you want to be a crypto professional, then you need to learn how to trade. And guess where you can learn how to trade? You go to tradercobb.com, have a look at what I offer in there. But more importantly, all you've got to do really is jump on for free stuff. You don't have to pay for anything. I put more free content out than paid content, guys. All you've got to do is jump onto my website, tradercobb.com. Join up to the bi-weekly video newsletter. Like, for example, yesterday I went through and sent out a full top 10 scan of the market. It's in video form. It hits your inbox. You get to watch it free of charge and pick up all the little lessons and whatnot in there. You can also go to Facebook at Trader Cobb on Twitter and Facebook, and we'll see you there, guys, on YouTube as well. I've got some amazing interviews coming up. Now that I'm back in Sydney, I've got some truly amazing guests. Some of the biggest hitters in the crypto space in the world are going to be on this show. So make sure you share this around all your circle of friends in crypto and outside of crypto, because we have got some absolutely massive guests so big I actually can't believe that we've got them. The rise of this show has been phenomenal, and I thank you all once again. Visit tradercobb.com and have a great day. I'll speak to you all again very soon. Bye for now.
The Trader Cobb Crypto Podcast. Check out tradercobb.com because experience matters.